What's up, guys? So guys, we've completed the HTML and the CSS and the HTML5 and CSS3 section, and there you can see that this one is a simple web page we've created using the HTML and CSS properties and the values. You can see that we've created our new letter area, the form inside this web page. I just want to show you to create a form with the button. That's why I just created this area with a simple sidebar, and then the context page and signs and etc, different links, and the simple post area with the header, with the footer in the header. And there, after that, we've created a form here. You can see that this is a form which is actually not only the HTML form, it has a lot of HTML5 elements, like the email elements is new in HTML5, the number element, the birthday, week, month, time and range, color, your web page, and this one, the data list element, where you can search out your country by using just like the select tag, but plus you can type about your country. Like if I just type PA, then I can find the Pakistan in the list. So by the way, these are all the new tags which coming from the HTML5. I think you just like that. And plus you can see that we are just using some transition effect, the CSS3 transition effects. You can see that the green shadow is new, which is the box shadow text, the box shadow effect, and the text inside. You can see that the insert new name is the placeholder of the HTML5. So in this way we've learned a lot of technologies. You can see another thing, that you can see this is the outside shadow when I just click on the box, but when I just click anywhere, then the box is getting inside shadow. This is the truly HTML5 and CSS3 elements and the effect. And at the end, we have created a beautiful real estate website. You can see that with the interesting animation, and there you can see that the gallery, our work, and our services and home page. Basically you can see that it's animating when I just hovering the mouse, but when I just hovering this one, the text, basically the name of the website, it's just becoming orange. And when I just hover and go down by scrolling, then you can see that the big image. After that, there is another page. You can see that our services. Basically this is a single page website I've created, which is the new trend in the market, and clients like this a lot much. And the other thing I just applied here, I think you're just seeing this thing. When I just hover the mouse, you can see that the image is glowing and the box is a little bit glowing, but I can see the image in zoom view. For this you have to use sometimes jQuery, sometimes you just use the JavaScript things, sometimes you apply the plugin. But here, using the HTML5 and the CSS3 elements, I just created this beautiful and interesting animated image. I think you just like that a lot more when you just work practically. Then if I just go down, there is about us area, and there you can see that this is a simple image I just applied on the image using some interesting things. And there you can see that this is a simple text. I just applied the blank text, nothing more than that. You can see that at Vero, EOS, etc, I just picked that text up from the Lipsum website. At the bottom I just copied the header. You can see that the header image, and there is the image of the header, but basically it's the footer. That's why the size of the footer is a little bit small. And I just added the menu 2 times in this template. You can add your own menus, you can change this menu, you can update the menu according to your own, but it's looking fine. That's why I just updated that. So guys, I think you just like this all things. One thing what I just want to show you, I'm just going to the Udemy website to show you what I just learned, what we just learned. We just started from the tagging, then we just learned the attributes, basic syntax, the descriptions, text formatting, which is really important for us. Entities, what are the entities? Just like symbols and different elements. The images, we just understand to apply the tables when you just learn this lecture, the lecture number 19 to 21. Then the linking, okay, to link up different pages to each other. Well, I just personally prefer you to just focus on the lecture number 23, because this is super important to understand the basic linking, because by using this lecture, by understanding this lecture, you will just understand how to go forward, how to go backward, and just like that. Then the iframe, then it becomes to the CSS. What are the CSS? You can see this introduction video. And then the floating, the text, the font, tables, all these things are the CSS parts. I just apply the animation of the CSS. And then I'm just going down the HTML forms. One thing more I just want to clear you, that HTML forms here, I just ended the HTML before the introduction to the CSS. Then I just started the HTML again, just because I just separated the complete HTML form chapter, not only the HTML, the forms chapter from the HTML and the CSS, because I just don't wanna mess you up with the forms element. So inside the form elements, you can see that there is a mixture of the forms element, the forms, applying CSS on the forms in a beautiful form. This is a project 2 which I just showed you. And then the web layout, this is the project I just showed you. So by the way, then we just started to the HTML5 and the CSS3, which is the upgradation of the HTML. And then we just learned about the basic things about the HTML in the introduction, HTML5 in the introduction, then the basic syntax. Then we just created a small project here, a short project where we just learned about the semantic layout of the HTML, which is very necessary. If I just show you, okay, this is around the 9 minutes video, but really important for you. And you will just understand about the semantic layout. Then the new elements, the multimedia. Here we will be learning the audio and video tags of the HTML5. Before that, before the HTML5, there was no standard for the multimedia elements, but now it has its standard. So then we will learn about the borders, the gradient backgrounds. Interestingly, we can apply the gradient background in the CSS3, the shadow effects, text, transformation, just from transformation, the elements, the animation, the columns, the filters. I'll just recommend you, if you just love designing and editing the photos, then you must learn the filters, the CSS3 filters video. Then we will just learn about the HTML5 and CSS3 elements of the forms. Okay, so basically again I just separated the HTML5 and CSS3 form because I just don't want to mess you again up in the forms things. So now the new input types, the tags and validation, and then something like the headers animation, the middle area 2, 3, and etc. Basically here the project is starting from the lecture number 65, and then we are just creating the header, then middle areas, then we are just creating the middle area and the section. What are the middle areas? Basically we are just creating different pages. Just go there, and now you can see that the our page is another, our service is another page, about us is another page, and then just end up. So we are just creating these things in this one, in these middle areas, and then the ending up and creating the footer, and then we are adding the animation on this lecture. What is the animation means? If I just hover the mouse, you can see that it's glowing beautifully. This is the animation, and this is the animation I just applied, and that is the animation I just applied. So guys, we'll meet in the next section. Goodbye and stay tuned.